Keir Starmer, he just went to the EU to try and huddle back in amongst the crowd so that he can have an opportunity to blame the bloc for his failures as a prime minister during the next administration. Some of the things he discussed was trade, as if the rest of the world wasn't big enough, and free movement of people. Put the small boats people to bed once and for all. If you give free movement of people, there's no need to take the small boats. They just get on the ferry and take the train. Let the train take the train, and nobody's going to say anything. So why would he do that? Why would he go back to the EU? Because it all seems it's not well in the EU, or at least with some of the member states and what they are seeing with Ursula von der Leyen, our friend. It seems that she is more Politburo than what the Politburo is. She's been running rogue recently, and it just might have reached the grab it while you can phase. She's running rogue, and I think she's get what you can while you can, because it's going to be a last time. She managed to get a second term in the EU office, but for sure she won't get a third term, as the rules, bendable as they were for her to get the second term, have lost their malleability for a third. So what has she been up to recently to get the goat of her European colleagues? Well, amongst other things, and we'll come to those in a second, she went rubbing shoulders with the King Abdullah II of Jordan. She's decided to help out Jordan of a cash flow problem because of the Syrian crisis by, along with investment deals, is sending 3 billion euros in grants, investments, and financial assistance, or in other words, cash. And she didn't say a word about this with her colleagues in the EU. She just did it off her own bat. And apparently this was not her first rodeo. And the EU members are getting to the end of the tether. Apparently, as frustrations grow, so do unsavoury secrets come out. So with her excessive view on all things climate, the failing economy, along with nepotism, she's been accused of as well.
Yeah, of course.
Surprise.
Yeah.
And obfuscating her policies since her re-election, things seem to have gotten a little tense. And Starmer is wanting, metaphorically speaking, of course, to get in bed with her. That's when he's not with his oral teacher. When it comes to all things Europe, off you go.
I'm just going to say, just please, no Starmer in images, please. Yeah, it's not had my dinner here yet. Yeah, it's a Are you suggesting that the EU might be less than totally democratic?
Hey, what?
I mean, you almost sounded like that she's an autocratic leader. I mean, I far be it from me to, yeah.
Not my words. Not my words.
I
only repeat what others say. The others on the inside what they say.
Yeah, and I wasn't aware that Jordan was a particularly impoverished country. Personally,
Well, when you get a little bit strapped for cash, that's the reason she went there. A bit of a cash flow problem there.
Oh, is it? Okay, yeah.
You help them out with your 3B.
I mean, I really don't know. Yeah, I mean, when we talk about the EU, there's two levels of it. There's the bunch of representatives, the good people of Europe, asked to actually go and sit on their behalf there. Yeah. And then we got the upper tier that seem to do exactly as they please, with no accountability to anyone, including the said representatives that the good people of Europe vote for. That's how it appeared to me. Yeah, I might be wrong.
Let's be fair on all sides. It doesn't matter which party you're from.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Doesn't matter.
no. And um, I mean, the more I hear about it, the more I feel that it's. I wouldn't use the term federal. I'm being very careful with my words here. And as Keir Starmer said the other day, I'm going to be careful how I word this. I'll choose my words wisely.
Well, he's paying for his a speech coach. I should imagine he would.
Yeah. Oh, Nell Gwyn. Oh, sorry. Yeah. You mean yeah. Oh, yeah. It's yeah. Yeah.
I bet she's got a lot to say.
Yeah.
Although she doesn't speak with a mouthful. Oh, did I say that?
Okay. Let's try and keep the conversation serious and talk about the
Yes.
EU.
Yeah.
Talk about the EU, keeping the conversation serious. Okay. Yeah. It it is a how can I put it? I'm gonna say I I can't see on what level the EU isn't inverted commas corrupt. Yeah. I believe it needs a bit of an investigation, similar to something else that's happening in the world that's little side news somewhere, something like that, maybe to establish what's the realities and what are the, yeah. Maybe it needs a bit of an audit done on it and establish who has power, who has authority to do what, to where, and to whom. Yeah. And with whom, sorry. Yeah. Again, yeah, the Keir Starmer visiting the EU. I mean, admittedly, with Keir Starmer, he's been quite open about his agenda. I can't say he's lied about it particularly. Lying is a subjective term I use here. Let's put it this way: he hasn't hidden his true feelings. Yeah, his true beliefs.
Well,
Yeah.
we don't know that because we never know what's being said behind closed doors.
Well, I mean, I'm afraid that's true with anything. Yeah, he doesn't do us the honor of actually tweeting at 2 o'clock, 2 a.m. what he's actually thinking at that time. Yeah. Um, I mean, who is Keir Starmer? I don't really know, who that is. Yeah, apparently he can't speak properly, so he has to hire in females to help him concentrate. It is a on Christmas Eve.
Give him a pat on the back, so to speak.
Yeah, I,
Let's get back to the EU.
yeah, I try very hard here. I just
I mean, there's just so much material.
well, that's it. Eh, no wonder we can't. We're not. No wonder we can't tell jokes about it anymore because it's a joke itself.
No,
And it is a. I mean, yeah, she's doling out money willy nilly. We've had our. It seems like all the administrations across Europe are just giving away taxpayers' money willy nilly to whomever they feel is deserving. Um, has a requirement where there could be some benefits in the short term and longer term and I don't believe it's actually the taxpayer across Europe that are going to get the benefits of this.
of course not.
I mean, just looking like this, I mean, um, I mean, I must admit, I don't exactly follow um, the financial toings and froings of Jordan any more than any other Middle Eastern country. I always just think they sold oil by the barrel and they got money for that. Yeah. I don't really, don't really know. I'll be quite honest. I know we're going to trouble for some. I don't really know, but yeah, like you say, agreements happening behind closed doors that apparently are now becoming leaked out. A bit like the leaked oil as well, I suppose. Um, it the whole thing is peculiar. Who do these people in the EU senior level, her and not just her, a lot of them think they are? They've had one recently who was up there who's now turned turncoat, and that's the Polish guy, Tusk. Yeah, he's completely changed his he's put on a totally new hat, hasn't he? He's gone out and bought a new hat for himself. Totally different. Yeah. Um, which just shows what it's all about, really. At that level, they're all about the power, influence. Um, I don't even know if it's about money for them, personal gain. Like you say, her tenure is all but finished. Yeah. She's not thinking about, I'm going to be here for 4 years. She's thinking, what am I going to be doing in 4 years' time? Or however long she's got left, 2 years, isn't it? I don't know. Again, I keep saying I don't know. But yeah,
Got,
these are questions that need to
she's
be
got a couple
answered.
of years. She's got a couple of years to fill her pockets as much as she can.
You mean to do good for the people and to benefit the
No,
European Union?
do good for her. To do good for her. Fill her pockets, not the pockets of the European Union.
Well, I hope I don't think it's even should be about the European Union. I believe it should be about the good citizens of the European Union, the
Of course, it
people
should.
who walk the
Should.
streets.
It should.
I'm an idealist. I believe that these entities exist for the common good of the people who, elect their representatives for. Yeah.
Oh, the innocents.
Well, I'd like to believe there's still some good in the world somewhere. You know, I like to maybe under some rock somewhere in Jordan there might be some good. I don't know. Um, yeah, I mean, it does strike me. Well, again, I mean, okay, it's been openly spoken about by somebody that's now in the in the British Parliament, who served for, was it 20 or so years in the European Parliament, how corrupt it actually is. And he's used them terms, corrupt. So I can't be had up for saying anything that hasn't been said by an elected representative in the British Parliament. Yeah, who's had experience of serving in the European Parliament, and it even showed exactly the benefits they got themselves on a TV interview at that lower level. Now he was at a lower level and was showing the benefits he got. What must these people at the higher level be getting?
Oh,
And then I'm being told about environment, be concerned about the environment and everything else while they're jetting off in private jets all over the place. Yeah, I don't suppose she travels in an economy class to go to the Middle East or anywhere.
her legs won't be cramped in row C.
Well, yeah, I mean, okay, she might be doing club class. Okay, yeah. Yeah, well, of course, yeah, if they do travel, they've got to have the space because they've got to do all their notes and work and, yeah, and maybe do things in
Of course,
private. Yeah,
of course.
wouldn't want me being able to read across to see what's actually happening across Europe, would she? That wouldn't be good at all. Yeah. Yeah. I did that one day. It just, yeah, I did that one day to somebody on a train one day. I was reading upside down. Yeah, I have the ability to read upside down. Good skill to have.
Of
Um,
course.